We were in New York State, upstate New York, before we came to Germany, and I was noticing my knees weren't bending like they were supposed to. I was sitting around too much, sitting in chairs, sitting for long periods of time, and I noticed that my knees. So on YouTube I found this calisthenics guy, a guy that keeps himself in shape by doing, he's using his body weight against gravity to stay strong. But one of the things he said, okay, you got, all of you having trouble with, you got trouble with your knees, okay, just grab hold of a door, a nice sturdy door somewhere, put one hand on one side of the door on a doorknob. The other hand goes on the other side of the door on the doorknob. And okay, now this is just for you. Okay, I know you can stand in front of the door, and then you just find out how far your knees can go down. For the very first day that you're going to try this, you're going to experience some pain, discomfort. So you just okay, the first day you do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So, and you say, okay, that's where I am today. And tomorrow you grab those door handles and you say, I wonder where my knees are going to be bending today. And you find out. Okay, you put that away. And then you come back on the third day. And you grab that door, you go down a ways, and you find out, where your knees are for that day. You do the same thing for the 5th day, for the whole week. Every day, find out. And then maybe in the 2nd week, you're going to find out on the day you try it that maybe your knees are bending a little bit more before it gets too painful or too discomforting. And then you just find out this is kind of fun. I'm going to extend the range of flexibility for my knees, because I need to reintroduce my knees to the range of motion that they had when my Heavenly Father gave them to me in my earth suit. And that, let's find out what's going to happen here. Okay, the 2nd week, the 3rd week, maybe say in the 3rd week you can get down to there, and then, see how far you can get down. How many months. Okay, see how many weeks it'll take. A month, maybe, or 2 months, or 3 months. Maybe you can finally get to where your thighs are parallel to the ground. And then who knows, you might be able to get down to the new, to the squat, all the way down to the bottom. This is about hanging on to the door handles of a door, one hand on each side of the door, for support, while you discover the range of motion of your knees. Hi, Anita. Before we came to Germany, we lived in upstate New York, and I was working in the garden a little bit, but I was spending a lot of time just sitting around, and my knees weren't doing so well. I was too much time in the chair. And then I came across this calisthenics guy on YouTube, and he just happened to say, if any of you are having trouble with your knees, just find yourself a door, a good sturdy door. It has door handles on both sides. Your right hand goes on one side of the door, your left hand goes on the other side of the door, and just discover the flexibility in your knees. And then you just, the first day you go down, maybe your knees really, they need a little coaxing. You just do whatever you could do this day. The next day, you just try it again. And, you know, maybe the third day you're noticing that, oh, it's getting a little bit more flexible. And the next day a little more flexible. And that helped me to get all the way down, you know, to the squat. Because I would take a walk along the mine, and on the way there's this iron stairway, and I'd stop and I'd do 23 deep knee bends and holding on to the metal so I could, you know, pull me back up. It's very similar to hanging on to the door. So I had done that. I did that for a year, and I got so that I could go all the way down. I couldn't get all the way down, you know, right away. But over a year, taking my walk, I did one set of 23 going all the way down, and then on my way back, I did another set of 23. Okay, but, you know, when you're starting, just grab your favorite door there in your room, in your apartment. Put your hand, one hand on the outside, one hand on the inside of the doorknob on the inside. So your hands are on both sides of the door, and just play with your knee range. Bend the range of your knee bending. You know, this day when you start, you're going to find out how far you can go. Come back up. It's going to help you get back up, holding on to the door. The next day, a little lower. You know, just play with it. Do it every day. You know, make it a little game. See what can convince my knees to assume their original range of motion that I had when God issued me these knees. You know, get back to it. Just a little bit at a day, and you'll just, you know, after 3 weeks, see how far you can go down. Holding on to the doorknobs, it's going to help you get back up. And so I just showed you in the earlier part of the video a demonstration of what I was talking about.